Alright, welcome to Austin, Texas. We are right next to the University of Texas. So that's why you see all the students. So I like to go live a little bit before I get there. Now you can see the area and they're not usually suspecting me. Because I walk, you'll see how far I walk out of my way. All the way down here to the pizza place. I was actually here almost an hour early. I left and it was good earlier than usual and traffic wasn't too bad. So, who's out here right now? Let's see. Oh, that's just somebody thought I was going on yesterday. But I'm trying to put them out ahead of time. But I wasn't here because, so this is Tuesday? Sunday night, Monday morning, we had some really bad storms. All the way from Austin to Fort Worth. I even packed a bag in case I had to leave for tornadoes. But it was fine. It went north. My husband had to deal with it because he works an hour north of where we live. He got most of it. So this time I came in a weird way, so I didn't drive by the church first. So I didn't see if anyone was outside. The doors are open, which they normally are. And I have my sign under my arm. Let's see how fast they can close them doors. I'm gonna walk right in front. It's kind of sad how easy it is to get them to close their doors. Let's see who's at the desk today. Oh, look at that pretty sign. So it's afternoon. Hey, y'all. There she goes. Ooh, blinds first today. Hi, Hans. Noel's gig. Hi. Hi. Yeah. Yep. They got the whole team out so they can do it all at once. Let me know if I'm too fast. Oh. Nope, they haven't got this side yet. Shade Tech. I think so. I don't know. I'll have to look at it. I wasn't paying attention. So. But they can still hear us when we want to talk loud. Unless they got music loud in there. Alright, I'm going to stand right by their sign with my sign. So, how's everybody doing today? Somebody said good evening. Where are you at? I might, Hans. The first record was 36 seconds. So, I'll have to check. That was when they weren't used to me. So did anybody watch Natalie's show this morning? I listened to it on the way here. She had some interesting things going on. Germany, all right. Yeah, I think that was. Probably because I walked right up on their door. I like to get whoever I can inside in case family members are looking for them. That's why the first couple times I actually tried to stay a little quiet because they left the doors open. I was able to get a lot of film of people. So my first lives, if you're looking for anybody, Hey, El Paso. Does that say Ellen? I have a spot on my phone. Hold on. My phone's dirty. Ellen. Is it cold there? Because when the storm came through, it was really cold in El Paso, but it may have left you and it's on its way here. That's why they thought we were going to have tornadoes. Which somebody probably did. We just didn't have them where I live. Just a lot of rain. So it's been a while. Between that and some other stuff, I didn't make it out much last week. Did anybody get, if you don't get a chance, my husband and I, we did an interview, and he's a security guard, to answer some questions about what security can and can't do, which, by the way, I just noticed we don't have one. Yeah, I have a jacket on, which I don't normally do, but you can see it gets pretty shady here later in the day, and it's windy, so just chilly enough. Yep. I saw that. So I pan around so you can have something interesting to look outside the front of a building. There's a lot of young people out today. I'm not, I got here around 1. I'm usually not here quite that early. So I had to go kill some time. So I wanted to talk about some things that have been going on lately. DOA got swatted again. Last night. He and Dan Walks LA and some other ones were out there. I haven't actually seen it yet. I saw the clip on Natalie's channel. Of course, they let him go. You know, sometimes I wonder, because there were helicopters. When they put the person's name out and they know they have put them in cuffs or arrested them multiple times and it was nothing, why are they wasting the resources like helicopters when they know 99% that it's bogus? I can see it the first time or the second time, but not the third, the fourth, or the fifth. They're like, oh, somebody's got a bullhorn yelling at Scientology wearing a costume. They know exactly who that is. It's just, that's the part that's really making me angry. Pup groomer! Thank you. I know you're always here. I'm kind of glad you are, because I'm going to have some questions later. I want some ideas. So I'm just talking about the news of the last few days. You know, I didn't get out here much last week. It was mainly my back. I have noticed that, you know, if I stay active, it's better. But as soon as I take a rest day, it's like I can't move for the next day and the next day. So I force myself out sometimes. What'd you say about DOA when you left? I suspect DOA has some kind of mentally ill or sadistic YouTube stalker. I think that's possible. I also think, I wondered about this on the way here, because, you know, I do believe sometimes it's not Scientology. But then again, I don't know. But I wonder sometimes if it's not the police themselves. Maybe they're bored, nothing's going on. They just feel like screwing with the Squirrel Squad. Because if you watch what my husband said, the main thing that he said about security and law enforcement, especially if they are in somebody's pocket, their job is to make drama go away. Yeah, oh, I know it's probably staff and everything else that don't have anything better to do, and they can use these VoIP calls. You can call with Facebook and stuff. I know the feeling. We were nearing mid-60s last week, and I was feeling good. Now off on the snow, and I heard, yep. Oh, when the storm hit, oh, me and my husband both. Just because it dropped. So, the SWATs. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, they are popular. They are live streaming. People know where they are. I'm sure. It might be a non-Scientologist. It might be somebody wanting drama. But why is the LAPD giving them the drama? They're still doing Scientology's job. And my husband pretty much said, I'm gonna redo his interview. We're not gonna do it live because I didn't realize how loud I was. Matter of fact, I'm probably loud now because I was right behind the camera. And I put on Do Not Disturb, but I was still getting some weird notification. So the sound is all screwed up. So I think I'm just going to redo his interview. This is his weekend. So when I say this weekend, I mean Wednesday and Thursday. I'm going to try to redo it, make it a little bit shorter, and just hit on the key points. I'll leave the live one up, but I'm going to try to make a shorter version that gets to the key points. I'm going to keep everybody's questions that put in questions. And I'm just going to do a 20 or 30 minute version of it that sounds a lot better. So that way, if people want to show it on their channel or, watching it is easier, it's shorter, and it's not as annoying. Because I know I'm loud. I grew up in a loud household, and I have a little hearing loss in my right ear. So sometimes I don't realize how loud I'm being. So, yeah, I think it's probably a mix, but then again, they pay people to screw with them in LA. I don't think they're doing that as much here because we're not as big of a group or as big of a nuisance, because I noticed they don't have security every day, so they're not opening their net to more than one company, or else they would have security here every day. That's why I would like to come different times of the day. I'd love to try to get here in the morning a couple times just so they can see we're not always here just in the afternoon. Video good. Audio is quite excellent. No need to change. Thanks. Well, it was just during the interview. I have mics. I just haven't used them yet. My husband was a little bit farther away, so his voice was lower. And then I come in all loud. So if somebody had earbuds on, I feel for them. So, but I think I still want to, I can't really clip it because there were good key points in different places. So I think I'm just, like I said, I'm going to leave the live up, but I want to do a shorter version that just hits all the key points, which was mainly, he said, everybody, we were talking about the difference between security and law enforcement. Security aren't beholden to anyone but the person that pays them. So they can say whatever they want to say to us to get us to leave. They can lie. They can make up stuff. And, cops do too. That's why when we say we've heard 5 different things from 5 different people, that's why. Because they say whatever they want to say to get rid of us. Or, and it worked for a few days because I think Pearl Snappy was checking on some things, and I really wasn't that worried about it. But she checked with law enforcement, and I believe she consulted an attorney. I did not get to watch her last live. I saw the last part of it. I didn't notice a bullhorn. I don't know if she had one at all or if she just left that at home because she doesn't need it, I got some things planned that'll more interesting and a little bit louder and a little bit more catchy. And that's one of the questions I'm going to ask you guys later. I want to stay on the security versus law enforcement. So my husband said that his job is to make drama go away and to protect the property of the people that pay him. And he can lie, he can do whatever he needs to do. Now, if they're on the sidewalk, because where he works, it takes up a whole city block. So so they have a sidewalk all the way around. And as long as they're on the sidewalk, now until they bother somebody, as long as they're not bothering anybody or touching the buildings, he can ask them to leave, but he can't force them to leave. and you can't even CT them at that point. That's why the first time you can actually, you don't even have to. I'm gonna get me one of those. See that wagon? I'm gonna get me one of those. I was actually shopping for it while I was sitting there eating. Now they have benches outside, which I kind of think, see these lights? They're only in front of the church. And I'm not sure, in this, and these benches. Now they may have put those out. I don't know about the benches. Whereas, oh, we do have security. Howdy.
Afternoon, how are you?
We talked the day of the opening. I was out front. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Security officer.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I just was talking because they get confused between security and law enforcement. And you guys are here, you're here as security, right?
Well, yes, but all of us that work here are also licensed as police officers.
Right. But you have different, how do I say it? Because you're getting paid as security, you know, you have a certain loyalty to the person that you're working for security for.
I wouldn't choose the word loyalty. I think the proper terminology is as a client.
Yes.
We have jurisdiction
Yes.
that is primarily assigned to their property.
Right.
And our duties under 1702 of the Occupations Code are to protect persons and property.
Mhm.
So whereas a peace officer on duty as a peace officer for the city, their primary duties are to protect the general public.
Right.
But an important distinction is when it comes to police officers working even in police uniforms at a private venue, they're also operating in the same capacity that we do. So because we're working through a private company, agency policy requires us to wear, and state law requires us to wear the company uniform because of our licensure status, but we don't lose any police powers or privileges
Right.
in so doing.
That's exactly what my husband said.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But loyalty.
But not as well.
I would choose only because it can create a inaccurate understanding.
Right. Well, we did in the interview that I did. He did say, you know, his priority is the client, and his priority is to make drama go away.
The way we interpret the statute of protecting persons and property is that's any person connected to the property in any way, which would include I had a vagrant previously twice come and give the appearance they were going to cause property damage or physical harm to protesters out
Oh.
there. And each time I intervened, once was with property damage occurring at the coffee bar. That would have been, I believe, last week, maybe Friday, maybe Thursday, with overturned tables and heading towards where the tripod and things were displayed. And I addressed the behavior and directed him to move on, and he complied. In a separate time, with a vagrant shouting, appearing to be under the influence, walking towards protesters. So a little background noise.
Yeah. But yeah.
Nevertheless, the way we observe this is that any persons within the vicinity of the property, especially on the property, we have a duty to protect, and we look at it as a matter of fact. And all of our officers that work here have the same instructions. We're here to ensure that everyone's rights under the First Amendment and all other applicable amendments are protected, with no favoritism, no bias shown. That being said, there is a propensity for the client to be the target of individuals trying to impede on their rights. So we have special attention drawn to that, but there's no specific marching orders given of, be the bad boogeyman and go grab somebody else. That's not how we operate.
Well, my husband said that's the difference between you and him, being that he's not law enforcement. He doesn't have, like, somebody asked, it was live, you know, what if somebody's being hurt? Do you have to take care of them? And he said, no, actually I don't. He said there could be two people fighting and I can just go inside, close the door, and call the police. And he said, but I might not have a job the next day. But that's the difference between law enforcement and security.
Well, and most of us that work here, including myself, are also
Right.
medical care, which we weren't, But our goal is to ensure that everybody gets to enjoy their rights without any interference, and that's on both sides. And as long as the laws are being followed,
I wish we had you guys in LA because they're doing everything they're supposed to do, but it's not going well as far as people messing with them. Because there's a big group of them there, and Scientology is much bigger there. Whoa. Yeesh, that was close.
We do courteous things like prevent people from backing into
Yeah.
other people's cars.
Well, my husband, he said that, but I know my husband, like when he was attacked once and the ambulance came, he had them take care of him first, or he's patched up people too. Being a combat medic helped. He had some training doing that. So yeah, we went over a lot of that, and so that's what he was trying to explain, the difference between regular security that's law enforcement, and law enforcement. It's three different, things going on there. So
hats and different roles.
a lot of people, they think, they don't realize, because you look so official, that you're not here being paid by the city, which a lot of people thought. And I'm like, no, if they're in a security capacity, they're not getting, because they're like, oh, that's a waste of tax money. And I was like, no, they're not getting paid by the city for this. So hopefully we got a lot of questions answered. So.
Well, hopefully so. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, like I said, I have the goal of everyone being able to exercise their rights free without being impeded, and as long as that happens, I'm happy.
All right.
I do appreciate your cordialness. I've had some individuals not be so cordial.
I know people get on me for that, for not, there's a lot of people that think I should be more confrontational. And I'm like, look, I've been in the Army. I've worked with law enforcement. I worked at the Fort Hood police station. And I'm like, I just can't do it. I'm just not a confront. Now I like being out here, and sometimes I'll get a little loud, but like this. I have my sign out. I like that people stop and talk to me. I want to get the information out, tell them what's going on with Scientology and that kind of stuff. That's what I'm here for. So, and to make sure they don't get any of these young college students wrapped up in it, because you really should look into it, because the things that they're doing are not good. That's what got me involved. I've never been involved with it, but when I heard about the child abuse and the trafficking, because they'll get people from other countries, sometimes underage, to come here, and they'll take their passport, and they work staff. Now, you don't have Sea Org here. I found out they're only at certain places. So this is staff that's here. Now, they sign a 2 to 5 year contract, but they only make like $200 a week. And that's only if the org makes money. If they don't get paid. So like there's some apartments in Chicago where they have studio apartments with 8 staff living in them in a studio, because that's all they can afford. Of course, that's not legal. But so a lot of times they work here 80 hours a week, and then they have a second job to pay for their living expenses and stuff. Now, the staff isn't quite as bad, but it is hard to even leave staff when you want to go. They'll coerce you. But Sea Org, once you're with them, you can't leave. You're not allowed to leave. You're not allowed to have a cell phone. You're not allowed to have internet. And you can't talk to your family if they're non-Scientologists. So that's the kind of stuff that goes on. And they don't believe their children are children, so they don't treat them that way, because they believe that they've lived so many lives that last life he was probably an 80-year-old man. So that's why I'm here. It takes a lot for me to drive this far, several days a week to stand here. It takes a lot to make me want to do that. So you might want to look into it a little bit, just so you know why we're here.
I have heard the stories of all the persons coming here. All I can say is I don't witness any criminal activity occurring.
No, you won't.
if there is criminal activity as alleged, then the appropriate officials should be notified.
We are, but the problem is because they have.
Our role. Our role
I
is
know.
to keep everyone safe and secure. And,
I know.
looking into and researching things is going to distract from the mission and focus that we're supposed to have. So my guidance to our personnel is to remain neutral and to ensure that everyone's safety.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'll be honest, I couldn't work for them because you might want to look into it. Like, these are all channels of what we call second gens. They were put in young because their parents were in, and especially Serge Del Mar, check him out. He learned the right terminology to talk about what happened to him and when he was 12, 13, and 14. And what it is they train you to be an auditor that young. And what that is it's a cross between therapy and interrogation. And you have to sit there with adults and listen to all their horrible stuff that they're doing. And they're not allowed to go to the law enforcement. See, that's our main goal, is to get their tax exempt status gone because it protects them too much. You know, if they were a regular entity, they would be investigated. But because they're a church, they have certain protections. Yeah. So, but,
If there are any safety issues that you have, please notify us. There has been an increase in vagrant activity in the area.
good to know.
Week, and there has been some criminal activity afoot with the vagrants, so just be careful.
Yeah, I had my cane stolen a couple weeks ago. I laid it down under the bench, and it was the first day that I was walking back and forth, so I turned my back on it. I'm like, ugh. So I have this one now that hooks on my arm. I was like, oh, I went over, I'm like, oh, my cane's gone. I hope it's somebody that needs it took it.
As the temperature increases, we do expect to see more, and I'm speaking
That's
not
true.
just in reference to here. I've worked in the West Campus area for about 4 years, so we see seasonal trends.
My husband used to work at a really bad motel in North Austin for like 8 years. So I know some stories. So I'm aware. I'm very safety conscious, more so than maybe some. So hopefully I'll be all right. But I appreciate it.
No worries.
I thought we didn't have anybody today. Did you just come on, or?
Well, I've been here.
Oh, so you
patrols. So we also have to watch the entire facility. We handle the vagrants.
Oh, yeah.
Persons on all sides.
Right.
So,
Okay.
and then occasionally take a phone call from a vehicle or something like that, because I have other officers that answer to me at other sites. So, but I'm gonna go do a patrol.
All right. I thought I thought they didn't have anybody. I know, guys. I can't say those kind of things to somebody. I'm just not built that way. Call him little boy. That's a good one. I think he knows. But they pay triple rate. I know. I would change. Scientology going to come out and tell him. I'm surprised they didn't. Maybe they thought he was getting on me. That's probably what they thought. He knows nothing. He doesn't care. I know. Criminal activity. I know. But until I'm going to be decent with somebody as long as they are with me. Until if they change, then I can get pretty rude when I want to. But, yeah, I know. Amy, he has no conscience. I know. There's no way that I couldn't look into this place if there's protesters out front several days a week, and I just said all the things I just said, that you wouldn't check it out. And now with SPTV everywhere, you put Scientology in, you don't get Scientology pro channels. You get all of us. So there's no way he doesn't know what's going on. And I know that he was saying certain things. Thanks, Buck Broomer. Well, I have some things planned, and that's what I wanted y'all to help me with. I see working for something like that through a different lens. Yeah. Well, I think it's wrong. My husband wouldn't do it. If he knew he was working for somebody shady, he would not do it. I'm gonna stand over here in the shade a little bit. Whew, I have my jacket on. I don't need it anymore. So I get what he's saying, and he probably would in a law enforcement. If like somebody attacked me, I'm sure he might do something. He wouldn't just stand there and watch it. But pretty much anybody in security would do the same. My husband said in the live that he could just ignore it and go inside and call police, observe and report, because technically that's what when he worked in North Austin, they loved him. He had something medical happen. He was gone for a good long time, and they were calling him, because he worked at a couple different ones, begging him to come back, because the other officers wouldn't even walk outside. They literally would sit in the office and do a patrol once an hour. You can't do that at a bad motel. You have to constantly be outside in the parking lot where stuff's going down. And I can't believe but the basic thing they were told is observe and report, meaning if you have any trouble, call the police. Well, my husband's just not built that way either, so he stayed on top of things. He would take the towels to the rooms because he worked at night, like 2 in the morning, because A, he didn't want the employee outside. He could have escorted him, but B, that gave him a chance to look inside the rooms. Oh, thank you. So, yeah, I agree about, the people that are working here. I know they know better. But if, what was I going to say? It was about my husband. I forgot. He went above and beyond what he was supposed to do. And, but luckily, right when Austin PD got defunded and they stopped coming out to help him, the contract in Waco opened up, and he's like, peace out, I'm out of Austin. Now, I don't know if they've been refunded or not. I haven't heard. But he talks about that a little bit in the interview. They lost their K9, they lost their special victims unit, and some other things. So if they were defunded, I doubt they were refunded. So I forget which police department it is, but what are you looking for? You need some help? Do you need some help? She is ignoring me. She looks like she's looking for an address. I was helping her. I know the street, that's all I know, because I walk up and down here all the time. So I had some ideas, because Austin isn't that interesting, and I don't want to just yell. I sound stupid. If I just yell, I sound like a goober. The day of the opening, I was yelling, don't put your kid in Sea Org. Don't put your kid in. Don't let him be staff. Let him have a life. It was stupid. But it's what I meant. It just didn't, So, Person Happy, she gave me the idea. I can't do it. She does. But like I said before, I'm switching hands, guys. What I said before was I was in the Army. I know how to do cadence. And cadences are perfect for changing the words. I think my camera's crooked. Hold on, it's going to shake. I'm going to fix my camera. It's not sitting quite right. It's good enough. All right, Hamish. The security guy sounded a nice guy, but there's no excuse for defending the indefensible. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he does. I talked to him the day of the opening. He was actually stationed at the base where my husband retired from. So, he's prior military also. So, the cadences, if y'all could help me, I asked Laura FM to help me on one, and I asked Nora to help me on one, but they're really busy people. So, I have 3 cadences that I want to change the word to. No chemtrail skies. Okay. Oh, thanks, Lorraine. Said that's not stupid. Yeah, but you know, I could have come up with. I heard him going, "Hey, hey, ho, ho, Scientology's got to go," and that gave me the idea. I was like, okay. So I have a short one that I think I can do. The problem is I don't know. I know I've watched them talk about the terminology and stuff like that, and I understand exactly what they're talking about when 2 ex-members are talking because I've watched so much. But when I sit down to try to think of words that rhyme, Scientology words that rhyme, it's a blank. So if anybody's interested in helping me out that knows some of the jargon, if you email me, I made me a new email. It's just Scientology won't win at Gmail. Email me and I'll send you what I've got so far. I've already got it, and I have a link to the actual cadence on YouTube. Maybe y'all could help me. And I also, I have some t-shirts I'm gonna make that are army green. I'm gonna put something on those. So hopefully I'll have that. I've been waiting on my husband to help me. Tomorrow we're gonna go to Hobby Lobby and I'm gonna get stuff to make a new sign, a bigger sign, the whole size of a poster board. Because my husband is so supportive. He's like, you need a tripod. The only ones I could find were for cameras and they're not strong enough to hold a sign. So we were trying to figure out how to make one. Well, we have a thrift store near us that they buy storage spaces. They have all kinds of weird stuff. We went in there and we found this huge tripod. I don't know what it looked like. It may have been for a speaker or a light, and it's lightweight because it's plastic. So we bought that and we're gonna be able to mount a sign on that. So I don't, because right now my sign's under my arm because I had to switch hands. My arms are getting a little tired. I hate putting the sign down, but some days I have to. Get foam board for your poster. Yeah, I am. I've got some in this too, if you look. So he just got me some scrap wood. The foam board is under there, but I've hot glued like a bunch of different signs on here. Like I had the honk sign, but I didn't want that every day, so I hot glued over it. But this gets a little heavy, especially when it's windy, because the handle's so short. So this is a half sheet. And I like how mine's simple. Scientology is called Ask Me Why. Because I do notice some people holding signs with all the pertinent information, but it's small. So it's hard for people they'd have to stop to read it all. Yeah, it says that. So I've got this side. Then I wrote the channels. But then somebody gave me these. And people usually, when they stop, they want to just take a picture of the sign. So I have them take a picture with this card on it, and it's got all the OG channels, the ex-Scientologists that are protesting, and some books. So I'm going to probably still have that. But somebody in Denver, she was holding a sign that had a big star on top to get their attention. Because I need something that's going to be taller than these cars. You can't see me until your DOA should come to Texas and help you. They wouldn't know what hit them when he turned up. Oh, I know. Oh my gosh. Him and Pearl Snappy together? Oh my gosh. That would be awesome. Well, I want to do something like that. So if I thought costumes would get attention, I would do it. And these guys would probably like it. So anyway, if you're interested in helping me out, just email me. I'll attach it down below later. The other email is still good. That's underneath some other videos. It's just, I had created SPTV Network for something else, as a public email, not mine. And, okay, so I brought this up a few times. I'm still wrestling with my channel name being so long. Now, originally, it was only supposed to be Scientology Won't Win. But I created it on my personal channel. I'm like, I don't want that. So I changed it. But when I went to create the new channel, it wouldn't give me that name because I had just changed the other one that day. So I had to add in Texas. So I think I might be able to still take the in Texas off and it just be Scientology won't win. It's easier, it's shorter, and it'd be, you put Scientology in, you're going to find it. But my analytics is telling me that everybody's searching me under Miss Kim. That's like 70-something% of people, that's how they find me, under Miss Kim. Which is fine, they're finding me. Let's see. My chat goes away sometimes. So I have to check sometimes. But yeah, I worry about, people being able to find it if they want to and stuff. Because I'm still small. I have tried a few things, trying to get some interest outside of just protesting or just to get some viewing hours. But man, those were total failures. I tried to do the fireside. That failed due to noise. My neighborhood's not that quiet. And it was a Friday night and everybody was live streaming. I think Reese was on. I think Aaron was on. So then last time I was here, I went to the botanical garden, which I remembered being beautiful, not realizing it's early March and they probably nothing's blooming and they haven't planted anything. So yeah, I deleted that one. And I was so mad. Just people in there were just rude and loud and like they was on the street corner somewhere. And I'm like, I brought my brownie Girl Scouts here about 20 years ago. They were like 7 and 8 years old and they were more respectful. So I told them it was a garden, people are here to walk in peace. So those are just some ideas. So then on Natalie's channel, so DOA got swatted again. Aaron, I know, talked with Jessica Palmadessa last night because she lost her TikTok channel. And everybody else said you're supposed to get it back by now, and she hasn't. And she heard somehow that somebody paid a significant amount of money to have her channel taken off. Well, we know who that was. I don't know why they picked certain channels. Maybe because she was one of the biggest in LA. She had like 1 million followers on that channel. I did start a TikTok channel. Haven't put anything on it yet. Because I really don't know how to work it. But let me know if I'm turning too fast. I don't want to make anybody sick. But I do get really angry sometimes about what's going on in LA and Denver and Chicago, but LA the most, because we all know that they're doing Scientology's bidding every time they come out, and they have to come out with 20 cop cars and 2 helicopters for what they know is nothing. If anybody can chat it when you're in other channels and stuff, especially those that edit well. I've only edited a couple times. It's not, I do everything on my phone because my laptop, I just don't like it, and I'm used to my phone. My phone's more powerful than my laptop. I wish somebody, the way they edited like Aaron's assault together, all the different angles and previous attacks by Perry, that was a really well done video. If somebody could take all the false calls and the way that the LAPD reacts to them, and if you remember on Jessica Palmadessa, they have a scanner, and they said Oh, this is a possible swatting. It's the blonde that's always in our station. So that to me was premeditated, the way they reacted. Because if I remember right, you know, you first get a couple of cars, they check it out, they know darn well there weren't shots fired, but then 20 more cars have to come. And I don't know if you've heard, yeah, Kelly Copter. Thanks, A-Girl. They say she's really good at editing, and if we could get a message, or she might be working on it, we don't know. I'm sure they've had this idea, but if we could get that kind of a video together that I could hand, like if I go to my congressperson, I could hand them a thumb drive with that video on it and say, look at this. This is what's going on. Yeah. I hope she's working in that field, because boy, is she good at it. Thanks, A-Girl. But yeah, I wish I have the time. I just don't have the skills. I mean, I'm lucky that I'm able to cut out a piece of video and put it in as shorter, which I'm still working on a video a week or so ago when I talked to that couple for a while. I'm doing it on my phone. What happens is you have a little bar at the bottom of the video and you slide left to right and I needed it at like the let's say, I'm just guessing, I can't remember, the 4-minute 10-second mark, and I'll get it on that mark. I lift my stylus and it jumps forward 20 seconds. And I'm like, oh, or backwards, or, you know, so it's really hard to get it exactly where I want. So I'm sure if I did it on my computer, it'd probably be a little bit easier. TikTok. Gizmo, TikTok, I can't stand. I took mine down. I just like YouTube. It's probably because I'm older and I have no patience and they strike you for dumb stuff. I'm the same way, and that's what I've heard. I don't like TikTok. Matter of fact, I only put it on my, I have an extra phone I film on. And I only put it on there because one day I decided to download it. It was only a few weeks ago. And I immediately deleted it. And my phone hasn't acted right since. Especially YouTube. Has anybody else had any problems with trying to be in a live stream? It's usually live streams. And you're trying to chat. The chat disappears. It freezes. Your letters don't show up, then they'll show up. That's the problem I'm having, and it usually gets to the point, the video doesn't freeze, it's the live chat. I literally have to restart my phone. Oh my gosh, I have 52 people on here. How did that happen? I think that's the most I've ever had. Awesome. Do you guys have, if any of you weren't or haven't been able to see the interview I did with my husband who's in security, do you guys have any questions for that my husband may have talked about that you didn't get to see? Like, what's the difference between security and law enforcement? Mainly, the biggest part, I think I'm going to make it a short, is his job is to make drama go away for his client and to keep the property and client safe. Everything else is secondary. Now, as a human being, you know, he would help somebody if they needed it, and, you know, he's not going to be ridiculous if somebody else isn't being ridiculous, you know, physically or anything like that. This person at the bench has been sitting. I don't think he's Scientology. Because like he said, it's getting warmer and we get a lot more homeless people and stuff down here. Hamish, 58. If that's your age, we're close to the same age. I just turned 55. That's why I tell people, you know, they're like, oh, I can't do this. I didn't think I was going to do this either. Oh, it looks like they might be switching. We're getting somebody new. So, Anyway, when it gets warm down here, we get more homeless people. And, oh, what's going on here? This crowd. See, everybody's looking at my sign. That's what I want. Because they're going to take that information and they might go home and get on their phone or their laptop and say, well, what's this thing about Scientology that's going on? And that's my main thing. When I first came down here before the opening, I wanted to come down every week before the opening to let them know that they're not welcome. I missed one day. And I was very surprised at how much these young college students know about Scientology, and they at least know that it's not good. But, you know, there's going to be that one college student new from home that, you know, is feeling lonely or, oh, holy moly, 59? That's awesome, you guys. That is so cool. And like I said, I thought, so I kind of jump around some. That's what brought me down here, was the young people. And I thought all I was going to do is come down and hold a sign. Never thought I'd have a channel. So I just videoed a couple times. That got some views. And I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead and try to go live by the time the opening comes up. And Pro Snappy and AA Ron both promoted my channel, and I got just enough to go live. So, if you can't do it, like I said, be a keyboard warrior or just watching our channels. Sometimes I don't have time to watch, and it might be like Dan Walks LA was on last night, and I just left it play. I had to go, and I get my husband's lunch ready and stuff. He works at night, just to make sure he's getting the views that he needs, the watch hours, you know. And sometimes I have 2 tablets and a phone. Sometimes I have 2 different channels on because people have helped me, so I want to help them. I'm 62. That is so cool. I got 62 watchers. That's awesome. That is so cool. But yeah, that's so, I mean, I'm ecstatic about that. Maybe this is a better time of day when I come a little early. I hope I'm not turning too fast, y'all. I'm trying to turn slow because I get motion sickness real easy. But I'm trying to give you guys something more to look at. And I noticed when Dan was out, people were stopping and honking and talking out their car window. But if you see, this is a very, very busy street. And they really can't do that. But the day that I had the honk sign, they saw it and they were honking because, look, they stopped right at this light. And I was up there at the intersection the day of the opening. 68. That is cool. I really appreciate everybody that comes on here. And see, every time something good happens, like I get more subscribers or I get more views or I get more people watching, it motivates me to try to find something new that I can do for the channel or something more I didn't think I was going to be able to do, but it's given me the confidence to try. So that's why I want to do 70. Woohoo! So, like I said, I'm going to get these cadences together so I can have something that I can, because I don't want to just yell mean things at them. I want them to know that we know what Scientology is about. We know their jargon. We know their abbreviations. We know how it's run. We know that they abuse children. But of course, I want the cadences. I want it to be something that because if you see, they can still hear us. And as long as that they can hear me. I don't have to have a bullhorn. No, not for me. That's for me. Sometimes it is. So, I'm gonna just flip. Since I got 70 people, I'm gonna flip around. So I just wanted to say hi to the 70-something people that are watching. Thank you. One of the reasons I don't like to be on camera is about or 8 months ago, I started making my own cold brew at home. I buy the cold brew at the store. But I make my drink, and it's not got a lot of almond milk in it. Anyway, it has stained my teeth. It's gross. So, let's see. That's one of the reasons I don't want to be on camera. And I'm working on it. I'm going to get with my dentist and see if they can do something about it. But other than that, I don't really care. And I didn't even drink coffee till I was in my late 40s, because the disease that I have affects the brain and central nervous system. It's fibromyalgia. Now I have, they call it traumatic fibromyalgia. I got mine overnight due to a trauma. One day I was working and teaching adult Sunday school, and the next day I was in the hospital, too weak to open an envelope, and didn't know why. Took them a year to diagnose me, and it's taken me since 2010 to get back up to where I can do this. Quebec, 74, a new record. That is a new record. That's awesome. I'm happy when I have 15. That's awesome. Anyway, my fibromyalgia affects the pituitary gland, which affects your adrenal gland. And what it is it keeps it turned on all the time. So we're constantly in fight or flight mode. So constantly tense, constantly on edge. And getting up, taking a shower, and getting dressed can take all of our adrenaline for the day, and we don't make any more. So I had to start drinking coffee or caffeine pills. Bonjour, General Boa. Hi. Boy, it's awesome. I have people from Canada. Oh, by the way, I love the name Hamish. Officer John the Bounty Hunter, 447. Hi. Oh, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, Hamish. So, we got a Scottish cur mix from a rescue last year, and I wanted to name him Hamish or Fergus. My husband said he couldn't yell either one of those across the yard, so we ended up not a Scottish name at all, calling him Bodie, which is an Indian name, but I liked it. I saw my chat disappears sometimes. So, F Sciento. I'm familiar, similar story. Sending big love. Thank you. BW Capture. Canada here too. I got a lot of Canadians. Hamish. Scotland. Guess what, Hamish? So after that, I had done Ancestry.com. Now, I had done another DNA test. I forget the name. My husband bought it, so he didn't do a lot of research. And it tracks you back 50 generations. So it was so all over the place that I really couldn't understand it. But it did say it gives you a celebrity you're related to, and mine was Eva Longoria. Well, so I finally did the Ancestry DNA test because I'm trying to I don't know anything about my mother's side of the family. She didn't know her dad. So I did that, and I was Southern California. My daughter moved out there. She lives near Riverside. Or Jock. Oh, are you security? I'm a bounty hunter. My husband is security. I was in the Army Reserves. He was 21 years Army, and then he went into security when he retired in 2010, level 3. And I worked at the base police station for many years. So I've got kind of an officer, John the Bounty Hunter. If you are, good luck. No, my husband is. I did an interview with him over the, I think Saturday. And it wasn't very good because he had to go to work 4 hours early. So I literally woke him up at 3:30 and said, oh my gosh, wake up. We're going on at 4, and he had to leave at 4:45. So I literally just threw the camera up and we went. So I didn't get a chance to do any kind of testing or anything. And I ended up, it's okay I'm loud by myself because you guys can adjust your volume. But he was farther from the camera, so he was at a certain lower level, then I would talk, and I'm as loud as I am right now. I pity anybody on earbuds. But, you know, I'm here at Scientology, here from Iowa. All right. Anybody else? I'll be in, your video you did with your husband was good. Thank you. Yeah, I thought it was good. I did think it was good. I just thought maybe I might do one that is shorter and a little more polished so that maybe other channels might play it, or bits of it, because it's not that I want to be promoted. I wanted to be a high school teacher. I live south of Riverside. Yeah, I was out there last September for the whole month. And then I had to drive to Burbank. I had to rent a car and drive to Burbank. Ooh, that was fun. But yeah, my daughter spent 30 years in Texas. And then, of course, living near a base, you're going to meet people from elsewhere. And she did. And he wanted to go home to California. His whole family's from Torrance. They're all in Torrance. But they ended up staying there because it's a little bit cheaper. I arrest people for refusing to come into court. Yeah. My husband actually thought about wanting to do that. But by the time he retired from the Army, he was so broken. He's just like, nope, I can't do it. Omitbet. Tibet. Watching from Fresno. Yeah, I did like it. I think the biggest reason she doesn't want to ever come home is I've been here 30 years and I never go out in the summer. It's so hot because I'm from up north. And I told him, I said, you know, if we'd have got stationed anywhere but here, I would have probably had better mental health, because I've been a fairly depressed off and on person, and I realize now it's because I never went outside. I was a Girl Scout leader, and we closed down during the summer because you can't do anything. Officer John, Scotland, Bounty and his chocolate. ASL, everyone. Oh, so I was talking about my ancestry DNA. My brain jumps around because there's a lot of noise out here. I get distracted. It came back. I was 36% English, which I knew we had an English in my family, and some other stuff. 36% Scottish, something else. Well, then, so I was like, well, I didn't expect Scottish. I knew we had Irish. I knew we had English. Didn't expect Scottish. Well, then they kind of, as they say their technology gets better, they'll retest. Now, I'm 40-something% Scottish. And I was like, no way. Be capture, that takes me back to the 1990s chat rooms as, oh, wait, there's more. Officer says, I drive an undercover Dodge Challenger Hellcat. Yeah, that's what they have my husband drive, his patrol car. It's either a Charger, I'm pretty sure it is. They all drive those. I like the Hellcat though. I used to watch Grand Tour and what were they before that? Top Gear. And Hammond, he drove a Hellcat when he was in the United States. And I'm pretty sure he either took it home or he bought one. I think he had one in England. Oh, Carolyn, thank you. She's giving me compliments. But yeah, the Scottish I did not expect and that much of it. So I found it, but it's like really far back, and I'm still trying to document it for sure before I put it in. And some other things. Hamish, English, boo-boo, I'm unsubscribing, LOL, just joking. Yeah, well, we're all very short in my family, the females, because I had an English great-great-grandmother that was 4'11", and she was from England. That's how I know. So we're all short. I'm 5'2". All the women in my family are short. So as you can see, I've got new people on, so I do repeat things because I know there's new people. Like Aaron says, he's like, well, you never know when there's new people. So I have a radio, a laptop, and my Hellcat. Oh, neat. Yeah, my husband had really talked about wanting to do bounty hunting. But like I said, he's not a big guy. When we were together in high school, he literally weighed like 115 pounds. And when he enlisted, we both enlisted before we graduated. And he had to go drink like half a gallon of milk and eat a bunch of bananas to pass the weigh-in at 117. Oh, Hallen Hendricks stopped by to give me some likes. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll take any little bit you want to give me. Because I know it's hard because there's so many of us now and so many small channels that are trying to get bigger. And I'm getting rid of Hulu. As a matter of fact, when I get home, I'm going to cancel it. I meant to do it already. I'm paying $80 a month when I can give that money to super chats and memberships to channels that I like, and that's what I watch. The only thing I watch, I got Hulu for football. Well, the Super Bowl football's over for a while, so I'm gonna get rid of it because I don't watch it. I watch YouTube. I still have Netflix and my Amazon Prime if I want to watch a movie or something. But I've also been watching What the Hales. Let's see, Emilio, I just wanted to drop a comment to show support. And FYI, you're beautiful. Don't be afraid to show your face. God bless. Thank you. Ah, I just dropped my sign. We have a show over here, Dog the Bounty Hunter, but I haven't watched it for a while. Yeah, I watched it years ago before his wife passed away. It's a good show. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm dropping everything. I dropped my sign. I dropped my cane. You can see me in the glass. I'm going to stand still right here and put my sign down for just a little while. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Yeah. Dog the Bounty Hunter is really interesting because they have a lot of things that they can do that the police can't. Because when you sign your paperwork, you sign over the fact. So if you use them to get you out of jail for bail, and you don't come to court, you signed away that they can come in your house anytime they want. There's a lot of things but you agreed to it. So when you see them breaking down somebody's door, they're allowed to do that. Whereas, the police and regular security may not be able to. In my duty belt, I have a taser, radio, handcuffs, nightstick, and pepper spray. Yeah, my husband, he didn't have the baton course, so he can't wear that. He bought a taser himself. This was all when he worked at the bad motel in North Austin, and he had to deal with drug dealers and prostitutes and gangbangers by himself. And so he carried whatever he wanted to carry. But now he works someplace that's not like that, and so he doesn't carry the taser anymore, or the baton. He had to, you have to have a class for everything. You have to have a class for the handcuffs. You have to have a class for the pepper spray. They didn't give him the class for the baton, I don't think. And he didn't get a class for the taser. Yeah, he wears, he gets on, because he works at night by himself. During the day, all the security guards, they deal with the people that work there, the customers and stuff. And he's patrolling downtown Waco all night because the person he works for owns many properties downtown. So he has to go check every property, or he's sitting in the office looking at 100 different cameras. Hamish. In UK, we have bail, but we don't pay for it. We don't have bounty hunters or bail bondsmen. That's interesting. Yeah, I know your legal system is a lot different. There's things I like about it, and then there's things I don't like about it. Um, there's things I like about ours, and things I don't like about it. Um, Helen Hendricks, suggestion, feel free to take it or leave it. I wasn't sure this was F Scientology related due to the title and thumbnail, but I recognized your username, so I clicked. Yep. That's something I've been wrestling with, actually. So you're new here, so you may not know. I'll get to yours, officer, in a second. I've been wrestling with that because I made my channel really quick, and I made it actually Scientology won't win. Well, I realized it was on my personal channel, and I didn't want that. I wanted it separate. So I had to add the in Texas, so it got really long. And I don't like it. And it doesn't have audit in it. It does have Scientology, but that's it. And most of the time that I'm in the chat or people talk about me, it's Miss Kim. That's actually been my nickname for many years with Girl Scouts in my home daycare. It's a Texas thing. They call you Miss Kathy, or me, Miss Kim. So that's kind of why I used it. And I thought about changing my channel to Miss Kim Audits. But now I have 8 or 900 subscribers. No, I have over 900 now subscribers, and I'm afraid to change the name now. But then again, whenever I'm in the chat of other channels, everybody knows me as Miss Kim. So, and that's how they look for me. In my analytics, it tells me 74% of people who look for me, they look for me under Miss Kim. So I'm still wrestling with it, and if I'm going to do it, I need to do it soon. Okay, other comments. Officer, on my undercover Hellcat, I have a ram bar. Is that the front end piece? Emilio, that's the point. YouTube will censor her if it has Scientology. Well, it does have, I'm Scientology won't win in Texas, but you probably found me under Miss Kim. And I've noticed that. So, Pearl Snappy then. Yep. When I first started, and I wasn't live, I came out and I just filmed Pearl Snappy, but we come on different days and different times. We don't talk. We don't really coordinate. Helen, yep, I'm from Texas, Louisiana. Well, I'm a Texan now. We've been here 30 years, and I was back home. I left when I was 20, so I've been here longer. Officer, I wear jeans and a police t-shirt. Oh, man. My husband wished he could wear jeans. They do let him wear a polo shirt, though. Peter Foster, let's see how security is today. This does not say the intent. I would not have known to click, I guess. Okay, thank you for that. Hamish, Texas Scientology audit. Is that too long a name? No, because they have Denver Scientology audit. That's good. But I also thought about, there for a while when Nerd Report thought me being a grandma was funny. Somebody said I should be Sergeant Granny, but no. But I also thought everybody knows me as Miss Kim, so I thought about Miss Kim audits or something like that. Keep Miss Kim, but be specific with video titles. Yeah, I struggle with what to call a video. I mean, I'm doing the same thing every time. But, so I try to put something interesting in there. Hamish, the other members of SPTV all call you Miss Kim. Exactly. And that's, Aaron thought that was my channel. He said, go look for Miss Kim's channel. Hold on. Oh, my sign fell. Sorry about that. Yeah, I know. And I look for you under Miss Kim. Hitzel, thank you. Officer, I wear black police glasses. Man, you sound like you're all the stuff my husband wished he could wear. Well, if you look, when you get off here, if you look at my last live, you'll see what my husband wears. And we talked about that too, because sometimes they look very official, but their badge says security and their patch says security, but they do it in a way on purpose so they look like their law enforcement. Helen Hendricks. I'm in North Cali now, and I hate it because I feel the kids need more country living. Yeah, that was something my kids didn't get because we had to go where the bases, where the Army told us. Amelia, you could call it suppressive Kim, LMAO. Yeah, that would work. I never thought of that, suppressive in the title. I need to keep the Miss Kim, so somebody said Miss Kim audits Austin, but I thought that was too long. And I want to go up to Dallas. There was somebody said they were going to go to Dallas, and I'm trying to connect with them right now because I want to go up with them and give them some support. And because I say in Texas, so I want to go to the other ones. Miss Kim audits sounds great. That's the only one I think I was thinking of because, but it doesn't have Scientology in the title. But you could find me under Miss Kim. SP Miss Kim, Texas. That one's good. SP Miss Kim, Texas. I like that one. Well, somebody said sound off Miss Kim because I was talking about doing the cadences. But again, you wouldn't know what that channel was for. So I at least have to keep audits in it. John Mayer, your call though. I'm throwing them all around. Miss Kim audits was one. I think I wanted to keep it shorter. Not Miss Kim audits Austin, although that does flow. Somebody had mentioned that before. Suppressive Miss Kim, that would work. But then again, I think at least audits or Scientology needs to be in the title. But like I said, most people search for me under Miss Kim. And Peter Foster, Miss Kim is fine. It's the title that brings people in. Chris Without a Hellcat does not say Scientology, but his titles do. I see what you mean. Make sure I have Scientology in the title of the video. Oh, now I understand what you mean. Yeah, you're right. I don't do that. Helen, maybe if you could add audit Scientology or Scientology after the title every time. I just know people search by Scientology, SPTV, or city. Yep. Okay. See, I don't understand the hashtags, but now I get what you're saying. Yeah, I'm learning. I really need to take a class or get a book on this stuff. See, I thought you just had to have it in your title and you were good, but you're right. It needs to be in the titles too. So, since I have so many people here, which is a lot, you know, the most I've had. So, okay, should I just shorten it to Scientology won't win, or should I just nix that altogether? Because it's long and it's a sentence. Miss Kim is great, short name, easy to remember. And that's what I was thinking. You know, I went through Fluffer Squirrels from the UK. She had the whole list of all the channels, and I was looking at them. And go back and just read all the LA. I don't have to. I remember Helen. I remember the way they normally have it. It didn't click. I just thought I needed it in the title of my channel. But I see what it clicked when you said that. And I appreciate any suggestions because I'm new and see, I didn't think of that. But Miss Kim audits Sciento. That's good. Eaglewood says, hello from Belgium. I found you. It's a good name. Oh, thanks. Emilio, I just focus on how you word the titles and add Scientology, etc. YouTube talk you up in my suggestions, but I watch a lot of Scientology out of videos. LOL. Yeah, me too. That's all I watch. But at SP Miss Kim, I like that one. SP Miss Kim. They either have Scientology in the title or hashtag after. Got it. I'm gonna do that. Lisa Love. Today's title could be How is Security Today? Scientology audits Austin. Audit Austin. I like that too. Scientology audit Austin. Peter. Ooh. Dang. You know, I used to ride ride a motorcycle, and I hate loud motorcycles. Okay. Scientology audit Austin. I even like that better. Oh, Jessica Palmadessa. See only for titles has something with Scientology. I'll definitely look at hers. I know what you mean, but usually I just see them live and I click. I don't really pay attention. But that makes a lot of sense. I'm not doing my title. I could do them better. Trying to find thumbnails are hard too. Johnny Mayer. I hate loud motorcycles too, but I love to ride. Yeah, when I got fibro, I had to quit riding because it messes with your balance. That's why I have a cane. And I was devastated. We're trying to find a kit to make it a trike so I can ride it. You have 959 subscribers. I've gone up. That's awesome, you guys. Thank you so much for being out here with me. I wish people would stop and talk with me more, because they do sometimes. When I do the new sign, something we're going to make happen is we're going to make it so that we can put...
For doing this.
Thank you.
You're doing God's work.
Yep. I'm going to make it so you can interchange the signs. We're going to put... He's going to get me a piece of... Because it's got a tripod and I don't have to hold it. He's going to put a piece of some thin board. And then we're going to put Velcro on it so I can change out my signs. Amelia, but you are not wrong. Name recognition has a lot to do with it. As your popularity grows, people will know Miss Kim is Scientology. Yeah, and that's why I said if I'm going to change it, I need to do it now before I get too much bigger. Jacqueline, great job. Thank you. Thank you so much. But yeah, the sign's going to be sit right here on a big tripod. It's going to be taller than these cars, bigger, and I'm going to have Velcro, and I'm going to have different signs, partly for the public and partly for people inside. Like, I want to have one that has the foundation phone number on it, but I don't want to have the same thing all the time. Yeah, they changed over, I noticed. Hamish, if you could get on live with Laura FM or someone like that, your subs would go over 1,000 and you can monetize your channel. Yeah, Hamish, originally, I mean, if you see some of my early stuff, first I thought all I was going to do is come out here and film and put it on the channel. Then I was like, I found out, okay, I need 50 subscribers. So AA Ron helped me get that. And then I lost a couple and I'm like, well, do it. If I go under 50, am I going to lose that? So I asked Pearl Snappy to put my channel out because I just wanted to have around 100 just so I could go live and be happy. Never cared about it going monetized at all. That was never my goal. Emilio, generally speaking, have you ever went inside a church? Me? Yeah, I'm very, I have a home church. I used to teach adult Sunday school before I got sick. As a matter of fact, what was funny is my husband and I, like I said, we went to high school together. We got married. And in the early 90s, we saw the Scientology commercial or something. And we thought about checking it out. He's like, that sounds kind of interesting. And we were looking for a new church because we just got to California and didn't have one. And, you know, back then was when Tom Cruise was really talking about it, but we never did look at it. But if we had, it would have been hilarious. Number one, they would have never got us to sign nothing. Secondly, he was a private in the Army. They would have got no money from us. As soon as they wanted us to spend money, we'd be like, we broke. And we're not signing a billion-year contract. So it would have never worked for us. They'd have never got us. I'm in a Church of Scientology, even though it's not real church. I just mean, have you ever walked inside one for any reason? I wanted to. My husband was here one day, but he kept kind of separate from me, and he thought about going in just to see what it looked like. What I might do is, if we go to one of the other ones in one of the other cities, because I want to go support anybody that wants to get out. I might go incognito and go in, just because I want to see. Just want to see what it looks like, because some girls came out one day and gave me their pamphlet, and it shows that they've got like these 6 different stations, and each one is a different screen and a different video. So you go through and watch all these videos. Hamish, Amelia, why would any sane person do that? There's a lot of people here that are doing it. Just because they want to go in and see and make them take up their time. They know what it is, because there's been a couple people I'm like, don't go in there, it's a cult, and they go, I know, and they go in anyway. So that's pretty cool. I went in once, it was really scary, never again. Yeah, that's part of the reason I wasn't that I didn't really need to myself. I'd seen enough online and things like that my curiosity wasn't that strong. So, but my husband wanted to go in and check it out, see what happened, but I think they know him. He's been down here like 3 times with me. 2 or 3 times, I can't remember. I need to take a drink, y'all. But yeah, my goal, I never thought in a million years I would have over 60 people watching me. That's never happened. I never thought I'd have almost 1,000 subscribers. I never even thought about me and monetized. And then I'm like, you know what? If it would just help me pay for gas or parking, because, we're Texans, we have a truck, and it's 75 miles one way. So my gas is, for each trip, and then depends on where I park. There's a good, decently priced one, but if I park in the parking garage, if I go a little over 2 hours, it was $12 to $15. I was like, what? I'm not parking there unless I absolutely have to. And I did absolutely have to that day, because, oh my God, the parking I normally went to was closed off. But, and then I usually have to stop and buy something so I can use somebody's restroom. So it's just that, because I don't have an income, because I should be on disability, but my husband makes a little bit too much. So that's how supportive he is. He's literally paying for all of this. He's like, well, get the good gimbal and get this and do this, and I'm like, I don't need it, I'm okay. And he's just always been super supportive, just about anything I've ever wanted to do. And like I said, we've been together since we were 16. After I graduated, it was off and on for a couple years, and then we got married at 20. Then I was an Army wife. So, I mean, he was even supportive all the way back in high school. But the first time he told me no, I think my jaw hit the floor. I was like, what? Let's see, who's been talking? All right. Amelia, one scary. Puck groomer. You can also take any of the files of the signs I've made to a local printer and have them blown up. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, because I want my sign, I'm going to get like vinyl letters. I don't want it, or stencils. I don't want it to look all janky like this anymore. You know how many times I redid this sign? I won't even tell you. So I got it right. And then my dog broke it. Okay. I'm missing some chats. Okay. Officer. Okay, thank you for that. I'll let my husband know about that. He might want to follow you. Who has time for that these days anyway? Watching several boring videos fail. Yeah, I know. Well, I was watching on Natalie this morning. Somebody interviewed somebody that came out, and she's like, she watched a video and they asked her, well, what did you think? She goes, well, it didn't explain what Scientology is. Oh, you need to go watch another video. And she's like, no, that's okay. Yeah, nobody wants to sit through 6 different videos. John Mayer, people online will help you, trust me. Yeah, they have a lot. It does make me feel like a part of something, which, especially when I was watching Aaron before SPTV came out, but I saw it early on, the first couple months, and I knew it was going to blow up. And I bought a domain hoping to do like a web, and this was like a year ago, and I need help with it. I don't know how to do a web webpage. I wanted a webpage that everybody could go to for, say, upcoming events. And, you know, anytime anybody had a file like you guys made, I could put a link to it. They're having a cruise, I think. I could put that on there. If somebody's going to have an interview, they could announce it on there. Like a one-stop place for all of SPTV. That's what I wanted. And Claire Headley said she thought it was a great idea and to email her and she would get with me. Well, that went on for a couple of months. She never got with me. I emailed her several times. I gave up. So I'm going to try to maybe get with, because all I wanted was the ideas, and I was hoping that she could get me with a fan that was tech savvy, that could help me run it or make it or something, because I just don't know how to do it. So what I'm going to do is I need to sit down with my crappy laptop and just create the page and just put it under construction so people know it's there, and ask for help, and then maybe people will, you know, be able to find me there. Wow, is that the golden parking spot? Talking about the expensive one? Yeah, see right here, down there, that tallish, right there, that tallish building, that's called the Co-op. And the first floor when you walk in, it's all University of Texas Square. And I went in there, the first day I was here all alone, I couldn't, before I was live. So I'm like, I'm just standing here by myself. Pearl Snappy wasn't here. And I'm like, they don't know what I'm here for. So I ran down there and I got the bottom floor, the basement is school supplies. All of the proceeds go to university course materials for people. Well, the parking garage that I was talking about is owned, I think, by them. It's called Co-op Parking Garage. So I didn't feel too bad about it because the proceeds went to college students. And that may be why it's a little bit higher. But then again, it was also a parking garage, which is nice. Okay, so where are we now? Lisa Love. Yes, exactly what I was thinking. Gas, parking, snacks, flyers, go for it. I will try to send people your way to subscribe. I appreciate it. I really do. Hamish, people are very generous on here when it comes to exposing Scientology. Well, something that I've noticed. See, I was with the Popcorn Planet community and Nerd Report before this. I've actually went to 3 meetups. I actually flew to Vegas to meet them, which was weird for me. I've never gone anywhere by myself or to meet anyone. I'm not a a groupie, not even for celebrities, but I liked that community. And then when I found this community, you have to have a certain mentality to be a part of this. You can't be a horrible, angry person and want to be a part of this. You have to have some sort of compassion to want to even watch the channels, support the creators, and listen to these stories. And then to come out, you have to have the same. And I do. I have a lot of caring for other people. Officer, when I go on duty, we eat donut. Oh, my husband loves it when I get donuts. They actually get cupcakes because the person he works for, they have a bakery. So they'll put out cupcakes when they have too many. Emilio, I feel like more protesters should focus on educating Scientologists rather than bashing them. Tell them about Lisa McPherson and David changing the tech, all the horrible things. I agree. That's what I kind of wanted to do with my cadences so they could hear me. And I want my signs to say that. It is going to be more for them. I want to have like phone numbers. We can help you. You can come out. Pup groomer. Use the actual file, not a printout. They will be able to blow it up from the file and it will print better. That's great. I have a teacher store near me that I can get poster board laminated, and I'm pretty sure they can print that. They can print it real big. So, or off it, wherever I can get it. Pup groomer. Plus I made brochure, cards, quarter-size handouts, and several full-size flyers, all for the SPTV Foundation. They are all available now too. Great, because I want something small, because I have a pile of these in my backpack, but they're too big. I wanted like something smaller that I could hand somebody. So that's great. I will definitely be checking out. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you, Johnny. Don't trust Claire or Mike Renner. Yeah, I already figured that out. So I'm kind of glad now that we didn't get together. I'll just get together with maybe Aaron or somebody else. Because what it was is I heard that the church likes to go buy up domain names, and I'm like, they're going to buy up SPTV if I don't get something. Well, SPTV was already taken, and it's another entity. It's not the church. So I got sptvnetworks.org, which I thought was a good name. Yeah, lots of people are against Mike Render, Claire Headley now after the Aaron. I won't say that I'm against them because, like I said, I'm not a person that is a hater. I just don't have a need to, I don't feel like watching them anymore. Just don't feel the need. You know, if they're helping people with the foundation, then fine. But I need to hear that they are. I haven't. True, Hamish. Asking questions to make them think. Yes, good idea. I need to put that in the cadences. Cupcakes versus donuts, what do you prefer? I prefer donuts because I don't like all the icing and stuff on the cupcakes because they put icing on it like this. I literally took it off like this and threw it in the trash and then just ate the cupcake. But people wait around the block for an hour and a half to get into that bakery on Saturdays, so something's going on with them cupcakes. Mike Render wants back in. That's not going to happen. He let his Scientology show too much. Johnny, I'm going to go with cupcakes. Yeah, it's like cake. Hamish, it's 8:35 p.m. here, folks. I have to go take the dog a walk. Have a great day, everyone. Nice chatting. Bye for now. Bye, Hamish. We'll see you later. I understand. We all have lives. But like, yeah, anybody, now that I got more people, if you want to help me with these cadences, and because I really suck at some things and rhyme, I can write poems and rhyme. I just can't think of what it should say in place of the cadence. And I have the actual cadence link to it on YouTube so you can hear it. So if you're interested in helping me out, get with me at Scientology-won't-win@gmail.com. I'll put it in the description when I get home. Pup Groomer, do you mind if I drop the info wherever and can find the signs I made? No, go for it. Absolutely. And matter of fact, if I get it, I will put it in the description. Email it to me if you haven't already, and I will put it in the description of the video. And I'll send people that way. Because I wanted to do something similar when it was early on. When I first started, and I didn't have Office on my computer, and I don't use it enough. So somebody told me I could use LibreOffice, but by then you'd already made some stuff, and that's what I wanted. I wanted them to have a file that they could take and put on their computer and change the words for their location, you know, or change whatever in the flyer that they wanted to. But somebody told me that the reason we weren't doing flyers here is Pro Snappy said they didn't want them to have something to throw on the ground. And I understand their point. Austin is very about their green space, and they even built not a museum, a mall around an old oak tree because they didn't want to cut it down. You can see they try to keep, there's a lot of green spaces in Austin. You'd be surprised. Because near here is the river, and then Ladybird Lake, and they have trails and all kinds of stuff. It's some really pretty areas down here. I thought about, like, Dan Walks LA. If anybody's interested, they want to see some things. I tried the Botanical Garden one day as a walk that maybe people could watch, because I watched this guy in Tokyo, and Tokyo's quieter sometimes, depends on where you're at. And I literally fell asleep to that. And so if anybody's interested, if they want me to walk certain places, I want to walk because I've been researching walking 30 minutes a day, how it's good for you. Pup Groomer, oh, you already asked. Sometimes this doesn't scroll down where it needs to. Nope, that's the end. If I ever miss a comment or I don't mention it, most likely I missed it. Just let me know. Yeah, I do need to educate them more. It's hard when I get my new sign. Right now, the sign I have is for them walking by, and I want that too. But when I get my new sign that's big and they can see it in there, I'm gonna sit right there in front of the door with my sign, and I'm gonna have signs up there for them. If you want to get out, I was saying to them, DOA gave me the idea. He said, if you have to ask to leave, you're not free. And I said that to him before they closed the doors. Hey, Dan, I was talking about you. Are you aware of any other Scientology in or around Texas? We know there's one in Dallas because somebody wanted to go up there to audit, and trying to find that person again because we were in a chat together on somebody else's channel, and I said I would help out if I could, and I thought I gave them my email, but I haven't heard anything. So if anybody knows of anybody in Texas going somewhere else, please have them email me at scientologywon'twin@gmail. The more old trees, the better, yeah. So Dan, I was talking about you just now because I told him, I said, I tried to do a walking video and it failed miserably. The last time I was here last week, we have a beautiful Zilker Park, we have a statue garden, and we have a botanical garden that 20 years ago I took my Girl Scouts to. Well, so I'm like, I did my live, and then I left, and then I went to the botanical garden. Well, I forgot it's early March, and nothing's been planted, nothing is blooming. There was nothing but some palm trees and some green stuff, and that was it. And the people there were just rude, just talking loud and laughing loud, and I'm like, people come here to get some peace. So my other thought was, near me there's a nice hiking trail along a river or a creek or something that this time I'm going to be smart, and I'm going to go check it out before I film, because again, I haven't been there in many, many years. So I said, if anybody's interested, if they want me after I do a live, if they want me to go to like these parks or anything in downtown, we have the Capitol building, we have South Congress, and there's some funky shops and stuff down there. And then of course I could walk around campus too, because it's beautiful, and I've never done that before. So I was like, well, Dan gave me the idea, maybe I'll do something like that, but only if people are really interested. But I may do it anyway because I need to walk. Oh my goodness, is that the same guy? I swear that's the same guy. Turning slowly. Google says churches in El Paso, Houston, Harlingen, San Antonio, and Irving. Okay, Irving is near Dallas. That's 3 hours. I am directly in the center of Texas. Hi, puppy. It must be his puppy. He's just following along. I am halfway between Austin and Waco. I'm an hour to each. I am 3 hours from Dallas, 3 hours from Houston, and 3 hours from San Antonio. So I would go, so Irving is near Dallas, that's 3 hours. Houston's 3 hours. San Antonio, I can go to those three. El Paso, too far. I think that's like 9 hours or something. And Harlingen is down near South Padre Island, where I've actually went, and it took me 7 hours to get there. So those two are off, unless I'm gonna stay overnight, which I don't really. I may even do that if I go to Dallas, because that'd be a 6 hour round trip drive by myself. Now my husband comes, he can drive like forever. He doesn't mind driving at all. So like I said, if you're in somebody else's chat and anybody's talking about going to any of those other cities, give them my email or tell them to come to my channel. Scientology won't win at Gmail. because I'm fully prepared to go up there and help them out, because it's hard in Texas because everything's so far apart. That's why we don't get as many. We probably have more down here. They mostly, I think they come with Pearl Snappy, or we all come at different times too, which I like, because we're covering. I don't want us to be all out here at the same time, because we've got to cover more time with fewer people. Texas ain't small. Nope. Whenever I go back home up north and I drive, when we were younger, yeah, we tried to do that 19 hours straight. We did when we was younger, but now the first day is just getting out of Texas. From here, it takes 6 hours to get to Texarkana, and we literally stop and get a hotel. We're done. We got out of Texas. And then the second day, I do like 10 hours, because for some, I'm weird. I sleep very well in hotels. Don't know why. I think it's the crisp sheets. I like crisp sheets. Okay. Yeah, and when we came from California through El Paso to here, I want to say it took us, was it 10 hours or 12 hours? From El Paso to Killeen, which is between Austin and Waco. And you watch it when you first hit El Paso, it's deserty like you think it's going to be, but then when you start getting closer to here, it starts getting greener and greener and greener. And my dad, who lived in New Orleans for 14 years, he came to visit, and he's like, I didn't know Texas was green. I'm like, yeah, this is actually the Texas Hill Country, and where I live, even though it's 75 miles from where I'm at right now, it's the very beginning of the Texas Hill Country. Anything north of us is flat as a pancake. That's why we have tornadoes so much, but they usually miss right where we're at. They go around us because we're a bit hilly where I'm at. So that's something interesting to talk about. That's why Austin is so popular, because it's got so much green space and parks, and the hill country is near here. Guadalupe River is near here, and people go tubing and rafting and stuff there. All right, I'm gonna take a drink so the camera might shake. I've been talking a lot. Did I miss any comments? Nope. So we're starting to drop. How long have I been here? Okay. I try not to go more than 2 hours. My goal is an hour and a half, but if y'all are here, I'll stay. That's one more person that might see my sign. Alrighty. That's better. Yeah, actually, I think I'm going to be cutting off here soon. Let's see, pup groomer. Stars why I don't do anything in person. I'm 200, yeah, I remember 250 miles to the closest org. Heck, I'm almost 200 miles to the closest Walmart. I don't blame you, pup groomer. But just supporting the channels is really all you have to do. As long as the channels and the auditors get supported, then as long as I've got people that'll tune in, I'm coming here. That's what makes me come. If you've noticed, I've been trying to schedule a day in advance, so I can't just up and decide, oh, I don't feel like it, I don't want to go. And I'm like, okay, I'm going. They're expecting me, I'm going to go. And that helps me. That helps me knowing that people are expecting me to be here and waiting for me. Somebody tried to log in and watch me yesterday. If you saw the first comment, I thought it was funny. But like I said, we had super bad storms. So I don't know why we got 3 officers. Pup groomer. But I'm going to Vegas, and we'll be at the Vegas org on the 6th. Can't wait. Is a lot of other people going? How far is Vegas for you? Because like I said, I've been there once, but I went to a couple meetups on Fremont, and that was it. I never even went to the Strip. I don't know. Let's go find out. Let's go walk around the side. No, I don't. No. No. I will bet he's a supervisor or something because he's not wearing a real pistol belt. He's wearing his gun on a regular belt. He's not even wearing handcuffs. So, unless he left his pistol belt in the car, I think maybe it might be some sort of supervisor, or maybe he's with another company. Oh no, he does have cuffs. I'm full of crap. But see the guy on the left? Hold on, I'm gonna zoom. His pistol belt. See his pistol belt? He's got all the paraphernalia. And then this guy, he only has a regular belt. So that's why I'm saying he might be a supervisor, or he's with some company where he doesn't wear a bunch of stuff. Danny Mac, hi! 250 miles to Vegas. Are you driving? On the 6th. So I'll get to see what you look like. That's awesome. Are you going to try to live stream, Pup Groomer? Oh, he's got another car. Texas Public Safety. Oh, he's DPS. Buffer Squirrel, what's up? Hey, we were talking about you. Your ears burning? I was just talking about how your list that you have, because we were talking again. I keep wrestling with changing my channel name, and I looked through your list of all the channels. Sorry about that. Whenever my camera does that, I'm switching hands. I've had my cane on this left arm, so I've had it crooked like you're holding a purse. But if I stand here, I can hang my cane on the bike rack. I like that cane because of that. So you said you had a channel, Pup Groomer, for your grooming. Are you going to try to go live on it? Or are you just going to go there and film, or just be there? That's awesome. I'm going to watch, so I'll have one of them say hi to you for me. I just updated it. It wasn't fun with all the glitchy. I was just talking about Pup Groomer amazing posters. Yeah, I know. Did you put the link in the chat, Pup Groomer, for your stuff? Or, like I said, just put it, just email it to me too, and I'll attach it to the description so people can get it later too. Scientology won't win at Gmail. But yeah, I think I want to change my channel to something with Miss Kim in it, because even my analytics say 70-something% of people, that's how they look for me, because that's who I am in the chats. Because I use my personal account when I'm in chats. The only thing I use this for is when I'm live streaming. So it confuses people. I don't want to be in the chat as Scientology won't win in Texas. I think it's weird. I just don't want to do it. Only mods can put links in chat. Well, I might make you guys, if I can figure out how to do it, or if I can, or if I even have enough yet to do it. Pup Groomer, you're here all the time. I'll make you a mod. I'll figure out, I don't know how to do it. So just email it to me and I'll put it in the description. So, and I'll make sure that I chat it up in other videos so people know it's there. And I'll send them to your channel too. That's easy. You can go to Pup Groomer 20. Hold on, icon to make Pup mod. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, I told people, I just said it's on my community tab, just going to stream on this profile. Good, okay, Pup Groomer 20. You can go to her community tab and get those posters and flyers if you want them. Yeah, she's got puppy pics probably. She's a groomer, so that'll be fun. No thank you, no mod. Oh, I didn't want you to actually mod. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not big enough, and I would love to support people and be a mod, but I'm not that fast and I'm not that good. I'm like, I'd have to watch the chat too intently. No, I wasn't gonna do it for that, just so you could put something in there. But like I said, they can go to your profile, Pup Groomer 20. She's got posters and flyers and files you can get and change them. You can have them printed out. And there's some no voluntold today. Yeah. Do you see many public going in there, or has it been pretty dead since they opened? It's been pretty dead. I literally, most times I'm here, don't see anybody go in and out unless it's somebody in uniform going to take a smoke break. The Sunday after the opening, since I had gone every day that week, but one, I missed that day. And there was a whole bunch of public and their kids going in like for Sunday services. So I came on a Sunday and it was so dead. And I mean, people walking by dead, people going in and out dead. I'm probably not going to do a Sunday again. The only reason I would do a Sunday is just to talk to you people and, you know, if there's something going on, or and just to show them that we'll be here every day, you know, different days. But I like Saturdays are good because if you notice, most people are in a hurry. They're going to class, they got somewhere to be. Well, when I was here on Saturday, people were, you know, just strolling, and I had a lot more people stop. The only issue with that is the traffic is worse on Saturday, which is was surprising to me too. See, here, if I leave by between 4 and 4:30, I miss a lot of the traffic. One day I left at 5, and oh my gosh, this whole street was wall-to-wall traffic. And it took me 20 minutes to get to the freeway when normally it would take about 6 minutes. Yeah, I'm always doing something while I watch, so I feel like I'd be a disservice as anyone's mod. I'm always up for being an honest helper when I can do it. Yeah, I wasn't gonna ask you to be a real mod. It was just so you could put your link up, and that was it. Yeah, me too. I listen to people's lives that I didn't have time for. Since I have almost an hour and a half in the car both ways, I put it on, I put my earbud in, and I listen. Like, I listened to Natalie's show from this morning on the way here. Emilio, you should make a sign that says honk if Scientology is a cult. I'm going to. I had one for the opening, but I had to hold it. I was out on the road, and if you can see, I would have to hold it really high. I'm 5'2". But my husband got me a tripod. The tripod alone is up here somewhere, like 4 feet. And it's that big around, like you can put a PVC pipe on it. It was made to hold like a speaker or a light or something. So we're going to Lowe's tomorrow, and he's going to make me a PVC pipe to go on it. And then it's going to be taller than me, like 6 feet. So it'll be above these cars. And it's going to have a big star on the top to get there. And I might put honked on that just to annoy them. Because they didn't get on me for it the day of the opening. But, you know, they'll probably come over here and tell me, you can't do that. Whatever. Emilio, yeah, you said that. Actually, the reason I got rid of that sign is it said honk if you hate Scientology. And I didn't want to use the word hate. So I like what you said better. Lori. Hello, everyone. Thanks, Miss Kim. Hi, everyone. I still have over 50 people. Thank you. I appreciate that. There's not much excitement going on here. So anybody that didn't hear me earlier, I'm trying to make up some Scientology cadences from Army cadences, and I want to do cadences. I can't sing. But I really wanted to be a drill sergeant when I was in, but I didn't end up going active duty. So I can do a cadence. I've got 3 of them I want to try, but if anybody wants to make up another one and give it to me, I'm all for that. Email me at scientologywon'twin@gmail, and I'll send you what I've got thought out already. The words to the, I have it wrote out with the words to the actual cadence, with a space between, and I have a few places where I've thought of stuff, but I'm not married to it. And then I have a link to the YouTube video of the cadence. So there's a short one I got done by myself, and I bought some army green t-shirts, and I'm gonna I need to go to Hobby Lobby, get some fabric paint, and I'm gonna write Xenu's Army on them. So that was my surprise. I was just gonna surprise you, but I'm not getting it done as fast as I had said. So I do have a shirt that says I got a lot of procrastinating done today, and that's pretty much me. So like I said, if y'all want to, even if you just give me 3 or 4 words, you know, some Scientology terms that oh, I hate spiders. There's a spider on that truck. Ugh. Oh, I have arachnophobia really bad. But I didn't watch a lot yesterday, so I was watching Laura FM last night, and no, I was watching AA Ron when they said DOA was in handcuffs again, and I saw a clip of that today on Natalie's show, and I just said, leave the poor guy alone. I'm like, he's yelling at him that he can't cross his leg because he's had surgery. If they put me in cuffs, I'm gonna break. But I did hear him say put double cuff. So if they ever try to put my hands behind my back, I know what to ask now, because both my shoulders need surgery. And so, yeah, I'm falling apart. But that's okay.
How you doing?
Hey, what's up? How you been?
Good.
All right.
I still wouldn't drink their coffee.
What's your name? You come by all the time.
Colin.
Colin? I'm Kim. Nice to meet you.
I imagine you have other things to do during the week, but you'll be here when you can.
Well, I live pretty far away. I don't live in Austin. So, up near the base in Killeen.
Okay.
So,
I got to get going, but
all right.
At least the weather's good still.
Oh, I know.
It'll be
all
hot
right.
soon. All right, take it easy.
I know. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do when summer hits. Luckily, when I get here, we get shade from the, if you can see, it's shaded. So that's the only plus to this building being so dang tall. Yeah, so we get shade. Yeah, if you look here, I know you saw it before, but it's pretty tall. So 1, 2, wait a minute, 1, 2, it could be 4 stories. It might only be 3. I don't know. I can't tell. It's a nice building. I just wish it was something else. So, well, I'm gonna log off, you guys. I'm at 2 hours, and I can't believe I hung on to all you guys. And I really, 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 really appreciate all of you that stick around. I never thought people would want to hear what I had to say, but as long as we're working on the same goal, I'm happy. If we can shut down their tax exempt status, I have plans. Thanks, Fluffer Squirrel. Melissa, I don't know, but I've been told Scientology does no good. Oh, that's good. No, they don't. Also, just to touch on that, there's something I tried to tell AA Ron. If you notice, way early on, a year or so ago when I was watching Aaron, there was some natural disaster, can't remember what it was, and they showed up, and they were wearing yellow t-shirts, and they would take snapshots, I think it was a flood, of giving away water and doing stuff, and then they caught another angle when it was all staged. Well, what they're also trying to do is the LDS church, they don't advertise it, but every natural disaster, they'll take an 18-wheeler of stuff down or more. And they wear yellow t-shirts too, but they're actually doing things. And I think the reason, I kind of had the suspicion that they were trying to ride the coattails and look like, so if they saw people with yellow shirts really doing something, that they might mistake them for them too. So, where am I? Hi.
For protesting.
Oh, no problem. I drive about 75 miles, but I'm coming down here for the near future.
Oh yeah. Thank you so much.
So yeah, just put out the word. We have like 80 protesters around the country right now
Nice.
that have channels. So in other cities, so you might want to look them up on YouTube and give them a view.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Thank you. That's awesome. I really like that. It's a call. Oh, I'm in Austin, Texas. The reason I came is this right here is the University of Texas. And when LRH bought this building 55 years ago, he did it on purpose so that he would be able to try to, and back then he might have gotten some people, but they waited 55 years to open it, and now we have social media, and most of the students that walk by me already know about Scientology. There are a few that read my sign and they'd stop and talk. It says Scientology is a cult. Ask me why. Hold on. So I'm in Austin, Texas. They just opened this org in February, and that's what made me start coming. Lisa Love. Everyone pop over to Carrie Ann and Lisa's Day Off, who are live in Portland, if you want to continue with ST. Thanks. That's a good idea. I'm going to go ahead and go then. Miss Kim is in Austin. For the chat, new foundation will help you leave. Look up SPTV. I will take it. Can you email that to me? Because I don't know how to look at the chat again later. That may be asking too much. Maybe comment on it. Because with my brain, I may not remember those. Yeah, if you want to just comment an idea after I sign off, and I've learned for some reason, because I'm a new channel, it stays private after I'm done, even though I put public on it. So now, immediately when I sign off, I go in and I change it back to public. Oh, it looks like I'm losing connection. Lisa, what's the channel's name? I'll comment both. Thanks, Melissa. All right, it's Carrie Ann and Lisa's Day Off. Is that the name of their channels, Lisa? If I knew how to redirect, I would, but like I said, I don't know how to do anything. So, Lisa, is that their exact name of their channels? Just their names? It might be. Lisa's Day Off sounds like a channel. At Hey Carrie Ann. Yeah, go give them a view. I'm gonna go. I appreciate you all, and when I don't come on Wednesdays, so I'll probably be here Thursday. I'll see y'all later. Bye.